Precisely 1:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Dulmin Samarasinghe and read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. China's foreign minister is to arrive in Sri Lanka today. Minister Dalasara Perumal says media organizations are entrusted with responsibility to provide correct information to people. Minister Mahinda Amaravira emphasizes SLFP has not held any discussions to join Samagi Janabala Vegaya. And in world news, the US Supreme Court scrutinizes vaccine mandates. And in sports news, Nigeria says tournaments should be respected more. Now the local news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has paid homage to the historic Jayasri Mahabodhi in Anuradhapura. The president, who arrived at the sacred area this morning, called over on the chief prelate of Atamastanaya, Venerable Dr. Pallegama Sirinivasa Thera. The president held discussions with him about the present situation of constructions of the vehicle park for pilgrims. The Mahasangha chanted Setpirit near Jayasri Mahabodhi and invoked blessings on the president. The president exchanged wise with the large number of students who are sitting for Grade 5 scholarship examination, A-level examination, and the people who had come to worship the Bodhi. President Rajapaksa, who went to Ruwanvali Mahasaya sacred area yesterday, visited Register of Ruwanvali Mahasaya, Venerable Pallegama Hemaratana Thera. The Thera handed over a book with songs written by him to the president. Thereafter, the president took part in a religious event organized by the Irrigation Ministry to bless the new year. China's foreign minister is to arrive in Sri Lanka today for a 2-day official visit. Chinese State Councillor Wang Yi is expected to launch celebrations of the 65th anniversary of China-Sri Lanka diplomatic relations during his stay in the country. Colombo will be the last stop of Mr. Wang Yi's first foreign visit in the new year. Minister Dalasara Perumal says providing correct information against myths is a responsibility of media organizations. He said that media should eliminate myths in people about COVID booster dose. He pointed out less than 5 million people in the country have received the third vaccine. The minister said health authorities have warned of a dangerous situation if people do not get their booster dose. Minister Perumal expressed those views while attending the program to give booster dose to journalists at Sri Jayawardenepura Hospital this morning. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank Isuru Udana gift certificates, a valuable gift for any child.
Continuing local news, Samagi Janabala Vegaya MP Lakshman Kerala says his party will happily accept any political party that joins them. Meanwhile, Minister Mahinda Amaravira said SLFP does not have any intention to join Samagi Janabala Vegaya. He said all decisions are taken by the party's political bureau and the Central Committee. State Minister Sisira Jayakudi said the opposition is only against Rajapaksas. He pointed out people will not approve a coalition based on such a matter. Navy has rescued 5 Sri Lankan fishermen who were stranded near Maldivian maritime border. Navy spokesman Captain Indika De Silva said a boat set off from Beruwala with 6 fishermen had met with the accident. The boat has lost contact from the 4th of this month. 1 fisherman is reported to be missing when the other 5 were rescued yesterday. With that, we conclude the local news.
Your sister got him the most valuable gift of all.
My family will do anything for our child's future.
People's Bank Isuru Udana gift certificates, a valuable gift for any child.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
122 schools in the north and eastern provinces have been converted into national schools under the President's program to transform 1,000 schools into national schools. 51 schools in the northern province have been made national schools. The inauguration ceremony was held at Palali Central College, Kilinochchi yesterday under the patronage of Minister Douglas Devananda. Meanwhile, 71 schools in the eastern province have been upgraded as national schools. The official event was held at the Mahaduwal Vava Sinhala National School, Trincomalee, under the patronage of the Governor of the Eastern Province, Anuradha Yagampat. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, National Water Supply and Drainage Board says a 16-hour water cut has been imposed on several areas in Colombo from 8 a.m. today. Accordingly, water supply to Colombo, Dehiwala, Mount Lavinia, Kotte and Kaduwela Municipal Council areas, Maharagama, Burlasgamua and Kolonava Urban Council areas, Kotikavatta and Mulleriava Pradeshiya Sabha areas and Ratmalana has been affected. Water Board has requested the public to call hotline 1939 for any information. That came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
The headlines of the world news: the U.S. Supreme Court scrutinizes vaccine mandates. Canada party plane influencers fly home to face music. Denmark frees suspected pirates in Gulf of Guinea. Now the world news in detail. The U.S. Supreme Court appears doubtful as to whether the Biden administration can enforce a vaccine or testing mandate for large private employers. The rules apply to companies with more than 100 employees, requiring workers to get fully vaccinated against COVID or be tested weekly. The court held a special session yesterday to consider the mandate. The 9 justices' decision could have an impact on as many as 80 million U.S. workers. Canadian officials say a group of influencers whose rowdy behavior on a flight led to their stranding in Mexico have flown home to face an inquiry. In a briefing, a top health official said that 27 had returned and were screened at the airport. Some of the group could face stiff punishments. Video shows a party on their charter plane without masks. Some were passing around bottles and vaping. Their behavior caused the airline to refuse to fly them home. 3 suspected pirates who were detained for 6 weeks on a Danish warship off West Africa's coast have been released at sea in a small dinghy. The 3 were captured in November after a fatal exchange of fire in the Gulf of Guinea. The Danish armed forces said they had failed to find a country in the region which would take the alleged pirates. So the decision was taken to release the men near Nigerian waters with enough food and fuel to get to shore. That ends World News. Prior to concluding the headlines of the World News once again, the U.S. Supreme Court scrutinizes vaccine mandates. Canada party plane influencers fly home to face music. Denmark frees suspected pirates in Gulf of Guinea. With that, we conclude the World News.
Development News is brought to you by Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The second phase of the Central Expressway from Mirigama to Kurunegala will be opened on January 15th, enabling the public to travel nearly 40.91 kilometers between the 2 towns in just 25 minutes. The stretch comprises 4 lanes and 5 interchanges in Mirigama, Nakalgamua and Damboka, Kurunegala and Yagapitiya. Interchanges with automatic charge counters have also been set up in Mirigama, Nakalgamua and Damboka and Kurunegala. That was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
In sports news, Nigeria captain William Troost-Ekong says the Africa Cup of Nations should 100% be more respected. The Watford centre-back said seeing Premier League players being asked if they would honour their national call-ups had been difficult. Troost-Ekong is set to lead Nigeria out against seven-time champions and 2017 finalists Egypt on Tuesday in his first major tournament as captain. That was sports news. Next up is the business news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB You Trust.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Indian Silk Export Promotion Council, in association with the High Commission of India, Colombo organised mega silk exhibition and buyer-seller meet and display of Make in India products of silk and other allied silk products on 6 January at Cinnamon Grand Hotel in Colombo. It was inaugurated by High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka, Gopal Bagle. During the event, over 30 Indian silk exporters held fruitful discussions with more than 200 potential buyers from Sri Lanka. That was business news.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB You Trust.
In economic news, Plantations Ministry said in a bid to cater to the increased demand for coconut-related products, plans are afoot to establish a new coconut export zone in Hambantota. Plantation Minister Ramesh Pathirana said that a new coconut export zone will be set up in close proximity to the Hambantota port. The minister said based on current data, coconut and allied products will soon become the leading export crop of the country. That ends economic news.
The Weather Report.
Met Department says several spells of showers will occur in the northern, north central, eastern and Uva provinces and in Matale and Nuwara districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in Gaul and Mathura districts during the evening or night. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. China's foreign minister is to arrive in Sri Lanka today. Minister Dalasela Perumal says media organizations are entrusted with responsibility to provide correct information to people. Minister Mahinda Amaravira emphasizes SLFP has not held any discussions to join Samagi Jana Balawege. With that, we conclude the news.